today is a really fun video. I have lots of pieces to share with you, and I want to talk about collecting different decorative pieces with the intention of using them in vignettes and shelf styling. It's a very important topic because it can get out of hand, and I just want to talk about how to be intentional as you're collecting these pieces. The decorative accents are the pieces that just really finish off a room. It can take the space from looking like a catalog or looking like a hotel to looking like it's your space and like it's nobody else's in the world. It's a very customizing step. It's the very last step that I do when I'm decorating, is all of the stylings. And I'm gonna do a part 2 to this video for when I'm actually doing the real life styling down in the living room. We're getting to that stage, which, spoiler alert, I figured out those windows down there, so I'm gonna share that with you in the next video. And then we have some sewing and some furniture and finishing touches, and then we're gonna really get to the styling. So I will do a whole follow-up video on that, showing exactly how you do shelf styling and vignettes and things. There's really pros and cons to this step in the shopping process. So number one, the decorative accents, or I like to call them smalls, the smalls. They're really easy to thrift. They're pretty easy to DIY. And so you can get a lot of things for hardly any money. That's nice, that's good news. And these are the pieces that get switched out during the holidays, if you think about that. That is what you switch out. They're the smalls and the little styling, islands that you're making throughout your house. I also change out some bedding and some artwork, but I will always change out the smalls when I'm doing seasonal decorating. And you want to stay away from collecting tchotchkes. Do you know what I mean by that? We're gonna look at a slide from my Elite Decorating Academy that describes the two differences. But it quickly can turn into, oh, I love this, this is beautiful, to just more. And you win things as prizes and you get things as gifts. Somebody finds out that, oh, she likes birds. And then you start getting birds for all of your birthdays and Christmases, because people want to feel confident in their gifts that they're giving you, but it starts to become too much. So here is the way I would describe the tchotchkes versus the decorative accents. Tchotchkes lack utility. Generally, I think that's true. They are often made cheaply. They appear tacky or unintentional. They just kind of blend into the atmosphere. They're not actually helping create some type of a little focal point or tell a story. They're overwhelming because there's so many of them. They don't appear to have any connection to each other. Could be different eras, different colors, just a different vibe altogether. Like, what are these things doing together? It just feels like kind of a messy, like a thrift store. They are usually stored really badly, really haphazardly. There's no thought into displaying them or honoring them in any way. And they're just added to the many. Versus decorative accents, which may lack utility. It might be a really incredible glass bowl that was, blown by a local artisan or something, so you're not going to use it for a salad, but it is gorgeous and it looks amazing on the buffet. They also are gained by a lot of thought and feeling, and emotion and energy goes into collecting true decorative accents. And when you take them into your home, you're believing that they're actually going to aid in this aesthetic, this direction that you're going in your space. And so that's why they get to come into your home, because they're going to help you with that. They stand out because of their beauty, elegance, and style. There's a very calculated number of them. They're honored and displayed and chosen from the many. So you see the difference there. So I try to keep these things in mind when I'm out thrifting or even just shopping in an antique store, because it really gets out of hand. Now here are some of the things that I'm actually looking for. They're kind of on my list, just always, just my standard list. I really love anchoring pieces. So that could be a tray, it could be a basket or a crate, or a really great platter. It's a piece that you then can put smaller pieces on that are themed. So, you know, a platter might hold pieces that would go on your coffee bar, little spoons and little pitchers or different teas, things like that. I love dishes. I love frames and mirrors. I love candles and clocks and plants. And natural items are really good. So that could be, you know, dried florals or seashells or antlers or wood rounds, architectural pieces. I mean, even a glass doorknob could be part of a vignette or something on your coffee table. Also look for books, and those can be new books, really beautiful coffee table style books, or they can be vintage with the linen covers and the beautiful font and the gold pages, the gold edges on the pages. And then lastly, I would just say, think about utilitarian pieces. So you need some soap, you need some cleaning supplies, you need baking supplies. So think about how they're adding to or taking away from the aesthetic that you're going for as you are collecting these things just throughout your life. You know, you can do your kitchen sink with a beautiful soap dispenser, and then, you know, natural bristled brushes and maybe a little herb plant. All of those things help tell the story that you're trying to create. And next I want to introduce one of my friends named Phoebe Elliott. So she has a place in Snohomish, Washington, and Snohomish, Washington is known nationally as the headquarters for the best antiquing in Washington state. So I love to go visit there. And Phoebe has this old barn that she opens 2 or 3 days a month. At the end of the month, she has what she calls market days, and she opens up her gorgeous barn. You can go shop all of her amazing antiques, and just the whole thing is just this experience, this beautiful atmosphere. There's fresh flowers, there's local artisans. Sometimes she'll have cupcakes, or I went there just recently, which I'm going to share with you in a moment, and she had baby chicks in a little area when you walk in. So of course, if kids come, that's fun for them to see. But Phoebe is going to be one of our sponsors for the bespoke design retreat that we're doing this fall. If you need to get away just to refresh your soul, or you want to learn more about interior design, maybe you want to start a business in interior design, maybe you just want to meet people who understand you. I think you probably know what I'm talking about. There's a lot of people who don't understand why we do what we do and why we continue to keep studying these things, and why we just have so much joy in the process of making a beautiful home. And so it's just amazing. These retreats are so amazing because you walk into the room and you are instantly understood. This huge part of you that's important to you is so understood across the board with everyone that's there, and that is quite the experience. And the last few retreats we've done, there's been business collaborations that have happened, there's been businesses that have started, just a new lease on creativity that blossoms in people. So I'm going to give you the link in the description below, but our bespoke design retreat is in Virginia this year. It's 4 days long. We've got workshops and teaching and antiquing and just beautiful food, beautiful atmosphere, beautiful people. I hope that that's something that you want to do, and I get to meet you this fall. Okay, and without further ado, let's go visit Phoebe Elliott's barn. Her company is called Maple House Collective, and she also sells online. So don't be sad if you're not near Washington. At the end of this, I'll come back on and I'm going to show you what I actually brought home. How long have you had your business?
I started on Etsy when my oldest was first born.
Yeah.
In 2007, and so I've been doing the Vsauce Castle since then. And then the last year is when I started doing in-person markets.
I love your backdrop.
What's that?
I love your little backdrop.
Thank you.
So
I love lace a
sweet.
lot.
So perfect.
Yeah.
Do you make your tags?
I do. Yep, I have a little thing.
watercolor.
Oh,
Cut them all out myself.
I love your style so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, you're getting so big. Oh my! You jumped all the way down by yourself. So brave. Can you do it? Can you do it? Oh! Wow.
Okay, wasn't that so beautiful? Guys, I finally got a French basket. I've been wanting one of these for years. Okay, well, that's the first thing I got. Is I got this beautiful French basket. I love that the handles are super quality. That's a big deal with me. A lot of them are somewhat cheap, and I love this leather banding here. But it's gonna be my summer bag, right? I mean, I could stick a whole picnic in here. Okay, what else do we have in here? I ended up getting this stationery, and it has vellum envelopes, and then just this deckled edge, it's called, when you have paper that's kind of torn all the way around. I just thought that would be, I mean, it's really simple, but I thought it would be so pretty for stationery. That I might use maybe on one of the desks in the living room. What else? I don't even remember anymore what I got. Oh, okay. She had a bunch of these beautiful frogs. So I thought that would be really good since I am getting into flower gardening now. I planted a whole bunch of dahlias the other day. So this will be good. I actually really love working with frogs, and you can use chicken wire, or you can use Scotch tape or whatever, but having something like this when you're doing a bouquet is really nice. So I'm thinking about, you know, how I'm gonna use all of these pieces, most of these pieces in the living room. Okay, let's see. It's like Christmas, you guys. Oh, I used to have one of these years ago when I first got married, and have missed it. I broke it eventually, of course, but yeah, a little mister for my plants. This would be cute out on the porch or maybe my kitchen windowsill. A little flyer about her barn. Okay, so it's called the Monthly Market at the Barn in Snohomish, Washington. And they're on Instagram. They're at themaplehouseco.com online. Open the last weekend of every month, Friday through Sunday, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Local farms, antiques, honey, dried and fresh cut flowers, seasonal goods, quality made wares, and see the online calendar for upcoming workshops. I forgot to tell you. This fall, October, I believe October 21st, this is Saturday, I will be doing a live workshop at her barn. I'm thinking I want to teach about holiday decorating and sort of, I just don't know if that's too soon in the year and people aren't going to be interested in thinking about Christmas decorating. But on the other hand, maybe we need to start early so we can get all the pieces and make all the things that we want to make. Actually, I'm open. You guys tell me in the comments below what you would like to see in a workshop at the end of October, and I may do what you say. Okay, what's this? Pure honey. You know I love honey. Well, I'm a beekeeper, so I love honey. So we have some honey. Oh, we have some soap, some goat milk soap. Beautiful. Oh, nice. Okay, so as I was checking out at the barn, she had this candle. Man, talk about good marketing. These candles, I don't even know how to say it. Saudade, S-A-U-D-A-D-E. Oh man, I couldn't even. I wanted every one of these candles, but I just bought the one that I actually had smelled as I was checking out because I knew I loved that one. Okay, a couple more things. Oak Moss Candles is a really sweet company. So Amber is the owner of that. She was one of the local artisans there, and she does some beautiful things with beeswax. Look at these. I love these. She makes candles and birthday candles, and just her whole process is really cool. If you check her Instagram account out, how she makes these candles, just dip them several times and she shapes them. Okay, so I got enough candles. She didn't have every number there, but my kids are all, we've got birthdays coming up. So I've got one for the 18-year-old. Does that say 18 to you? Anyway. And then I've got one for the 21-year-old. Yay! Okay, I saved the best for last. And this is gonna be a little foreshadowing for something that I wanna do in another video. I don't even know, will I have time to do that in the living room styling video? We'll see. Okay, I have this little thing for coral. I'm in this whole collecting coral mode. I just think it's beautiful. I love that it's a white pop in a vignette, and I love the texture of it. I think it's always really interesting contrast with whatever's going on there. Maybe you have linen books or something. So whenever I see a coral, I do grab it, and I'm not too concerned about the price even at this point, because coral is no longer something that you can just go get off the coral reef. That's illegal because it was, I guess people were taking so much of it. So if you ever see coral in an antique store, you can bet it is an antique. So I have just 2 pieces now. I got another piece in Brimfield, but I have this idea that I think we should explore further. I'm wondering if we can't DIY faux coral, and if it works, now we have another way that we can get our hands on some coral. So I'm gonna be experimenting with that, and I'll keep you updated. That's all for this week's video. I did run some recent numbers on the She Holds Dearly channel, and I noticed that our followers in particular are low on the amount of you that have actually hit the bell. And I think what happened was that it had something to do with when I first started the channel, I had you guys follow it, but I didn't have that option available. So now you have to actually, I hate saying this, but you have to unfollow and then, or unsubscribe and then resubscribe, and now you can have the option for the bell. So if you want to do that, that is available, and that's a little bit awkward to get fixed, but I just want to put that out there. All right, you guys, that's it for this week. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I will see you next week.